Welcome back, everyone, to Avodah Daily, where today we're going to start B'siyata Shmaya, the Psyche, Shaar HaBitachon, avodas. Thank you all for the comments on the first sheet. Baruch Hashem, they're all very positive. We're going to start with one comment that we got from a few people that asked, what is this l'chaim that we're starting with? What's the inyan of l'chaim? So I'll start with two ideas that I once heard. Why by Chassidim they made a big deal of making l'chaim by any occasion there's a l'chaim. The Hashem made that every liquid, when it's surrounded with cold, the surrounding is very cold, you put a liquid in freezer, it's actually going to get ice. And the only liquid that won't become ice is alcohol. And not only it won't become ice, the one who drinks it gets warmed up through drinking it. So the idea is, in Avodah Hashem, we're surrounded with the whole world, the whole materialistic world, that's pulling away from Avodah Hashem. And we want to be able to stick out and work on Avodah Hashem. We drink alcohol that resembles that idea, that we don't get pulled away. We're not nishpa by the seviva, by the surrounding of the cold surrounding, and we keep ourselves warm. So that's why we drink l'chaim by a chassidish occasion. Another idea I heard was that a lot of time when we talk about Yudam Avodah Hashem, our mind, really likes the idea, really believes that. But then somehow our body drifts away, has its own needs. So by drinking some little bit of alcohol, we numb that body a little bit, so it lets us go along with the ideas that we really believe in, and like that we should be able to grow with Avodah Hashem. Start with l'chaim. We started last sheet with the idea that in order to have real bitachon, a person has to make sure his emunah is very strong. I'll start with a story. There was once a chassid came to the Babelsher Rebbe, the Tzemach Tzedek, Rebbe Nachum Mendel Schneerson, and he said, Rebbe, I don't have emunah. I have sveikes, I'm not sure. The Rebbe sits and says, no. So he thought maybe the Rebbe didn't hear, so he repeats, Rebbe, my emunah is not strong enough. So the Rebbe says, no. Like, what do you mean, no? I don't know, my emunah is not strong enough. So the Rebbe was like, no. Like, what do you mean? I'm a yid, I have to have a emunah. How could I go on like this? So the Rebbe answered, why don't you understand? Something is bothering you that you're not where you should be. Something is telling you that really you believe, you should believe. That itself should tell you that you're really believing. And it's a very deep idea. I mean, a lot of times we can have thoughts, maybe my emunah is not strong enough. That itself should tell us that you're really believing. If you have this urge to know that you believe 100%, and it's bothering you that maybe you're not believing fully, that itself should tell you that you're believing. And the Baal Tanya says that Klal Yisrael, B'nai Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, each and every one of us has in our DNA a built-in system of emunah. We all believe automatically. So if you have some feigelach, some doubts and stuff, you could know that really you believe. You could go with that. Let's start in the psyche of the Shaar HaBitachon. First, he starts that the reason why a person should have bitachon is number one, to be a real Avodah Hashem. You have to have bitachon. It's just a necessity in order to be Avodah Hashem. Number two, in the Chai Olam Hazeh, if you want to have a good life, bitachon is going to help you in that. How is that? So he starts with, it's going to give you manichas hanefesh, it's going to give you peace of mind, stressless life. You won't be stressful. You'll be able to feel secured. And then he goes in to the idea that if someone doesn't trust fully in Hashem, he shouldn't think, I don't yet have the full madrega and bitachon. He says, no, if you don't have that if your trust is not in Hashem, you should know your trust is somewhere else. And if it's somewhere else, he says that when Hashem sees someone trust something other than him, he actually takes away his security. And that's not what we want. So we all are in that boat a little bit, but we shouldn't think it's all or nothing. It's obviously there's madragas, there's steps in it. The more a person works in his bitachon, he has more trust in Hashem and less in other stuff. And the options are endless. A person can have trust in his insurance, in his job, in his knowledge, and whatever gives him trust. And the more he has security and trust in that, it's missing from the trust in Hashem. And that's the avodah here, to know everything is under control from Hashem, and we should fully trust in Hashem.